Are we recording? Recording. Hey everyone, welcome back to the She Didn't Text Back podcast. We're bringing one out of the Disney vault this time. This one's coming out of the Disney. Rose, do you know if I can say Disney vault? Is that probably not, right? Maybe. We're taking it out of the Nickelodeon vault, and don't laugh. This is serious. And we're bringing it out there. It's from all the way from fucking 2 months ago or some shit. Noah threatened to not release it. He actually pointed a gun at me, and he said, I'm not releasing this one. It's too late. But here I am. I'm hacking the mainframe. I'm bringing it out of the vault, the Nickelodeon vault, and it's here for you. I really like this episode, and I haven't listened to it in a long time, so don't hold me to that. As of now, I'm recording.
How do your levels look?
My audio sounds different. My levels look a lot better now.
Your levels look pretty good?
Yeah.
Pretty good with your levels? I'm afraid I'm going to bump the table and that's going to make noise.
I'm talking and I'm about at like 25.
That's pretty good. We really need XLR mics, I think.
I don't know what that is.
Those are the mics that Jim has.
Oh, yeah. What are those, $1 million or something?
And they're like a little bit of money. So a quirked up white boy busted down sexual style. Fuck, I fucked it up anyways.
What?
Quirked up white boy with a little bit of swag. Busted down sexual style.
A little bit of swag. Busting it down sexual style. Is he goated with the sauce?
It took me a minute to figure out what that was.
It was
one of the songs.
Two-Headed Boy.
That's it.
Yeah,
but he's a goated.
It's goated white boy. What's it called?
Goated white boy with a broken wrist.
What a quirked up white boy.
I feel like we're bringing a pretty good energy to the podcast.
I don't think so at all. I think this is the worst podcast we've ever done. I feel like shit. I had the best sandwich I've ever had. I had an annoying. I'm very tired. My feet hurt. But I think actually.
You had annoying what?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I really actually like doing the podcast right after work. I have terrible news. Speaking of work.
Tell me about your news.
My coworkers have found out about the podcast.
Did they really?
They figured it out. I mentioned having a podcast, and then one of them was like, "Tell me about your podcast." That's not how she sounds, but she was like, "Tell me about your podcast."
I was gonna say because there's only one way that your coworkers could find out about the podcast, and it's you telling.
Well, it's also in my Instagram bio.
Is it really?
Yeah, there's a link to it.
Which episode? The most recent episode?
1.
That's pretty cool.
I keep it at episode 1. Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Nobody ever looks at my Instagram bio.
I don't look at your Instagram bio. What is your Instagram? What's your ad? Let the people follow you.
I don't remember what my ad is. Its name was Skeleton. That was
_in_.
No, I don't think that's it.
I'm pretty sure it is. You want to bet on it?
You're playing a game with me.
I'm not playing a game with you.
Oh, hold on. I just
Oh no, it's.
Well, which one are you talking about? Well, you might have to cut this out if you're talking about.
Am I talking about your Twitter?
You're talking about my secret one that's called. No one knows about that one.
No one knows about that one?
Yeah, no one knows about that one.
Oh,
my mom's gonna try to follow me if she finds out about that.
Oh my god. I don't want your mom to try to follow you.
My mom doesn't listen to this damn cast.
What's your mom up to nowadays?
My mom on gentrification.
Yeah?
Just,
Just gentrifying?
Well, actually, no. She's trying to get out of the gentrification business. She's realized that it's more trouble than it's worth.
That's her only problem with it?
Of course.
Okay. just wanted to make sure on that.
Yeah, I mean, despite my many arguments with the two of them about gentrification, they just don't see it the way I see it.
There's an episode. No, not an episode. The Beavis and Butthead movie just came out. Beavis and Butthead
just came out?
Just came out.
What year is it? 1997.
2002?
1997.
22?
I thought that was a joke. Are you serious?
Beavis and Butthead?
What year is this? 2002? What would you do? Hey, viewer, what would you do? Comment right now. What would you do if it was 2002 right now? How do you stop 9/11?
Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe came out a couple weeks ago, and
I thought it was Beavis and Butthead Face the Music.
No, that's Bill Withers.
No, you're thinking of Bill Withers Kills the World. No, I'm thinking of Squirrel Girl.
You're thinking of Punisher.
Do you think they're ever going to put Squirrel Girl in the MCU? I hope they don't.
If they do, hold on, how old is Squirrel Girl in the comics?
Oh, fuck. When she starts, she's 14 years old.
Okay, never mind. I'm not going to say that.
Oh,
Anyways.
man. What was he going to say? Comment what you think he was going to say.
Yeah. Well, no. I was going to say
She's been in college since about 2016, I think.
Okay, I was going to say should Squirrel Girl be hot, but I didn't know. You know, I didn't want to come off as Hermione isn't old enough to be hot yet.
I mean, I think that a big problem with the way we think about ourselves and a big problem with the way he's rolling his eyes at me. The big problem with the way we think about fictional people is that they're all hot. When's the last time you read a book and you pictured someone who was just not hot? Probably never.
Ernesto,
or that Rubenesque girl from Ready Player One.
Rubenesque.
Rubenesque is there's the adjective they used for her. Yes, Ernest Cline.
That book sucks ass.
I thought you liked it for a time.
I did like it for a time when I was 14 years old.
14
yeah.
years old, yeah. That's who it's for, though.
It is for 14-year-olds.
You know, I think if you went back as a grown-ass adult with a dick and hard balls, and you read the first Harry Potter book, even though it's a critically acclaimed series, probably suck ass. Probably very bad.
Hey, we're putting a pause on the podcast. No one can hear anything.
You know,
Do you need help?
I've been having this idea for a bit where there's this nicotine-oriented ninja man. And he's running around.
The Nick Joe. Is that what it was?
You can't say that.
I can say
Holy
Nick Joe.
shit, you can't say that.
I can't say
at all.
the N-word.
My girlfriend's...
Your girlfriend's a what? Hey, my grandma's retired. That doesn't mean you can say that.
That's the joke I was going to do. That's the joke I was going to do, is the retired joke. But I was going to do grandma, and I misspoke, and then it threw me off.
Okay. That joke's also stolen.
It's just a stolen joke. How many stolen jokes are on this podcast?
All of the jokes I made last podcast were stolen. I got to
all
thinking
of
about
them?
that.
What?
I
the one where you said jerking off or something. I don't remember.
I don't know what you're talking about. Actually.
No, you said fuck. I don't remember what you said.
I don't know.
Damn it.
Do you want to go back and listen to it? Let's have an
Absolutely
hour. We'll have an
not.
hour and 40-minute segment of this podcast, where it's just the last podcast.
I see. That's the kind of postmodern podcasting that I personally enjoy. Wait, we should have called it that.
The postmodern podcast.
Well, no, not if you say it like that. But the postmodern podcasting, it's a great name.
We should call it the Pardcast.
The Bardcast. Who's Pard? No, I'm thinking of Purd. You heard with Purd. You heard about You heard with Purd?
Let's call it Louder with Crowder.
Ooh, wait. What if we just stole Louder with Crowder from Stephen Crowder? That'd be funny.
And we'd get sued.
Oh,
and this podcast doesn't make any money. So
all we have to do to prevent him from suing us is saying, "Oh, are you offended?"
Yeah, we can just...
This is actually the real Louder with Crowder. Change my mind. That's all we have to say.
You're right. None of this is going in, probably.
Fuck,
the
really?
doors are going to be open and open. And...
God damn it.
It could. We'll see.
I kind of wanted to stay in, but...
We'll see how it goes.
It's not like we've been funny or anything.
No, we
still
haven't
done the intro either.
No. Oh, my God. You're right. I like when we do the intro a little later in there.
It's fun. It's like a cold open. We're opening in media res.
What's a warm open?
A warm open.
Isn't it medias?
In medias res? I don't know. Maybe. It's French.
It's Latin.
It's not Latin.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm.
You're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're thinking... Okay, so French is a romantic language stemming from Roman Latin. So it's no more Latin than me saying, like, per diem is Latin. Even that's a phrase in English. It's Latin, but it's English. You know what I mean?
No.
Oh, yeah.
One time in high school, if this guy listens to the podcast, I'm sorry if I'm being mean. I promise I won't name drop you, and I don't think he listens to the podcast. I'm not going to say his name. People I know him.
Who are you talking about?
I was talking about English,
Waylon.
and I was like, English is based on Latin. That's where it gets its roots, and so we carry a lot of that. And he goes, actually, English is a Germanic language.
Oh, did you kill him then and there?
I actually thought it was kind of a cool fun fact.
Yeah?
So I just kind of went with
I mean, it is, but it's also, where the fuck did German come from? Tell me about it.
Where did German come from? Blitzkrieg.
Blitzkrieg. I had a Raichu when I was 11 years old named Blitzkrieg.
Did you spell it right?
Oh, absolutely not.
No, it's Kreeg.
Kreeg? Yeah,
That's
we've
the
got
wrong
to start
one.
over. This sucks.
We'll see how much we leave in.
This is terrible. Jesus Christ.
We're getting up there.
This is the worst. Maybe I'm just anxious.
What are you anxious about? We don't have to podcast at all.
No, I want a podcast. I think I'm doing a bad job.
I've already cracked open the LaCroix, and your mic wasn't even on. So
I fixed that problem, though. We're back on the mic.
I want that to be an every episode thing.
My mic doesn't work?
I crack open a LaCroix at the beginning.
I don't. My mom's really into those right now.
They're so good, man.
I think you're wrong. Let's talk about the emotional core of white guilt. That's what we're talking about today on this funny podcast.
I got to thinking not too long ago, our podcast is so much worse when we talk about real things.
Oh, really? Fuck. That's like, do we need to replace me?
No, I think it's me is the thing. Is you'll talk about a real thing, and I'll be like, you know, I just make fucking noises and shit like that.
That's kind of funny though, right?
It was one thing I noticed that I was
I think our 3 viewers who like the podcast and don't listen to it out of obligation really think that's funny. I think because people think you're funny. I think you undersell yourself. You don't value yourself more.
So I just said okay.
Yeah.
And
you okay me.
No. So sometimes I do it on purpose. I did it last podcast on purpose. But I'm just really bad at listening and following people.
Why do you think that is?
I've just fucked up in the brain a little bit probably. And so like someone will just be telling me about something that they're really, really into, or like they'll be talking about like the socio-political state of the world, like Jaden Smith. What?
We didn't clap.
We haven't started yet, have we? We're going to figure this out. And anyways.
Is this the first episode of the podcast?
This might be the first episode of the podcast. I'll just go, okay. Yeah. I did it a lot in the interview, and I was really upset with that because the interview was like my baby a little bit.
I don't think that negatively affected the interview in any shape or form.
I
think that's a fantastic video. I think it's great.
I appreciate that. I did not want to be the star of this show. Like, I didn't want it to be, like, my thing. Because it was all interviewing you. I just wanted my bits to be the funny jokes that I wrote.
Yeah, because, I mean, you're the one that wrote it.
Yeah.
Also. Like, the joke is you're throwing weird shit at me. Yeah. And I have to sort of remain in character and also answer the question.
Yeah, it's almost like an improv test for you.
A little bit, yeah.
But also when you're,
and
going off on about your affair with Meryl Streep and shit like that. I'm like, oh yeah?
I actually refuse to comment on the affair with Meryl Streep, and I'm really glad that you brought it up on the podcast, because me and Meryl Streep, I think, I've been talking to my therapist about this, and he says, Jesus Louises, holy shit.
I was thirsty.
You're not done? Go ahead, do some more. That felt really fucked up of me. He's literally, tears are streaming down his face while he does this. Did you do that loud on purpose to swallow? You tried to get that in there? You tried to get that in there? Oh, he moved his pop filter so he could cough on it.
Excuse me. My levels got so fucking high there.
Even my levels were very high in the coughing scene. I have been trying to think, because I feel like I used to know, and I don't know anymore. What is the appeal of this fucking podcast? I know that we like making it, right? But I feel like there used to be some reason people would theoretically listen to the podcast, and I cannot think of it anymore.
I think it's because we're funny.
You think it's because we're funny?
So
wasn't the podcast about something for a while?
Yeah. You know what it was about. We talked about it last episode, which we filmed 1 week ago today.
Yeah, that's true. Was that just last week?
That was just 1 week ago, yeah.
I feel like a year has passed.
I know. I felt the same way. It's been a very long week. Let's talk about that.
Our facial hair is different.
Our facial hair is entirely different. They can't even know about it.
That's
they can't
true.
see
They
it.
don't know what we look like. My therapist doesn't know I have a mustache because I wear a mask all the time.
That's amazing.
And he was talking shit about mustaches. I said I had a mustache in there, and he thought I was joking.
Really?
And he was like, "Oh yeah, don't be too LOL." And I was like, I didn't say anything because I thought it was very funny. And he'll probably never see my face.
Show him your face.
I'm not going to show him my face.
Say, look at my stash.
That felt like a little bit of an offensive accent. I don't know who you were doing, but it felt.
It was just a regular.
Look at my stash. It was like if you weren't white, that would be offensive to white people.
I don't think so.
I feel that way about the character of Napoleon Dynamite. I think he's a
white stereotype. That's fucking amazing. Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back to the Body She Didn't Text Back podcast.
Oh my fucking god! What is that? Who's we?
Welcome back to the She Didn't Text Back podcast. We're going to talk about fucking women in their boob.
In their boob?
In their boobs. Yeah, that's what I was going for. I was trying to be like a really misogynistic sort of podcast host man. Not podcast host, but radio host man. Not that there aren't misogynistic podcasts.
Yeah, like Howard Stern, that son of a bitch.
Have you heard the rumor that he's gonna play Doctor Doom?
No, that's not real. You made that up. That would be so fucking good.
I would watch.
I would
watch
believe
it.
that
That's
man's
the only
from a
way they
country
can
called
get my ass.
Latveria.
Oh yeah.
If you show me that, say, look at the.
I'm from Latveria.
If
What
I
does
had-
he sound like? Do we know?
He sounds like this,
He
but
sounds-
deeper.
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 Where's he from?
Over there.
New York.
So the Beavis and Butthead movie came out
Get the
last
fuck
week,
up. Get the fuck up.
and
Get the fuck up.
the plot of the movie is
Give it
that
to my hand then.
Beavis and Butthead go to space.
Oh no, it's not.
I sort of got it. So
No,
what,
it
what
isn't.
happens is they go to a science fair. I'm going to spoil this movie. Spoilers for Beavis
Welcome
and Butthead
back to
do
the
the
Shoot and
universe.
Text Back podcast.
And-
Today we're talking about Beavis and Butthead. There's nothing better than getting a laugh from the other room.
Thanks, Jamie.
Thank you, Jamie.
So Beavis and Butthead, they are at a science fair, and they find out that if you win the science fair, you get to go to space camp.
no.
Yeah, they do. And so they try to put.
I know Beavis has to feed Butthead bacon bits to get Open eye. None of them have ever opened their eyes.
None of them. So they.
Who's that for? Just us, right?
That's just me and you.
Uh-uh.
And our one viewer, the one that's left that we talked about last
Does
podcast.
he know about this?
He knows all about the
Oh,
open
fuck yeah.
eyes.
Open eyes, close always.
We were actually gonna get him on the podcast this weekend.
Shrimp Brown.
And he was.
Yeah, it's true. We were going to get him. Shrimp Brown's the best joke
He
in
was.
there. People
he
don't talk
was
about
so
Shrimp
good.
Brown. 'cause
Shrimp Brown does not get talked about.
Open Eyes, Closed Eyes steals the show, but Shrimp Brown,
Shrimp Brown's so good.
dig down and Shrimp Brown.
I don't even know if I told him that that's why I asked him if he was busy this weekend, but we were gonna have him at this house.
Oh, he
on the
didn't
podcast.
know?
I was just like, "Are you busy
I
Saturday?"
thought he offered.
No. Well, he offered a while ago, and I was like, "Yeah," and then we hadn't recorded in forever, and then we recorded last week, and I was like, "Man, we need a guest for the next one."
Oh, yes. I see.
So I texted him. I was like, "You busy?" And he was like, "Yes." And I was like, "Okay, fuck, sorry."
That's okay.
So Beavis and Butt they decide that the
Should we?
little the science fair project they're gonna do to see if they can go to space camp because they really want to go to space camp.
Why?
It's probably cool. I don't remember.
I wanted to go to space camp, but I also didn't know why.
Yeah, they're gonna see how hard Beavis can be kicked in the nuts and balls
Is that astronaut important?
and take it. And no, it has nothing to do with space.
If you kicked a woman in the pussy, would it hurt bad?
It would hurt like getting punched in like the side. Like it's still
Really?
just. It would hurt like getting
But there's
punched
a
in a
bunch of
body
nerve
part.
endings in there.
Yeah, but like.
But I guess you're not really making direct contact, probably.
Well, and also like, and I can't say for sure, but like the reason I know why testicles hurt. Testicles
See,
hurt.
because when I was a kid, I always thought that if you had kicked a girl in the where her dick would be if she had a dick, she would be like it would be like steel, like it would hurt you instead.
Really?
That's how I imagined it, and so I've never really thought about it. I never revisited the thought until just now, I guess.
Wow.
But I just realized that would still hurt. Getting kicked anywhere hurts.
Yeah, that's the thing. The reason that getting kicked in the nuts hurts so bad is because your nuts are an organ.
Yeah, they're
And
important stuff.
The way that pain works in your organs is that your brain doesn't really know exactly where you hurt.
Yeah, it just knows that you're in immense pain.
Yeah.
So it's sending the signal all over the fucking
It just
shop.
hurts everywhere. That's why you feel it in your stomach.
Yeah,
and
it's
get
like a
nauseous and shit.
debilitating pain.
And so I would assume at the very least that it would, at like best, feel like just getting punched, or kicked. So they kick Beavis in the balls real hard with
Who's
one of
Beavis?
those. That guy.
I don't know who these characters are.
He's the one that goes.
Yeah, what's he like?
A little fucked up, really a bit.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that.
He's just a little
You know this guy,
developmentally
or-
challenged.
What?
He's a little developmentally challenged.
Oh well, that's fucked up of you.
That's just them. He can't read. He's 16. He goes to school.
Are you helping him in any way? Or?
He's fictional.
Oh.
He's not real.
I thought you were just.
I said this
telling
was a
me-
movie.
Well, yeah, make movies about real life. First of all,
But
Ever
they're
seen
always
The Pursuit
fake.
of Happiness?
Have you seen Hidden Figures?
Have you? I haven't. I wasn't watching the film.
You're right. And so in the process of kicking him in the nuts with those like football kicker robots, they burned
You
down the
can't call
whole
them that
school. And they burned down the whole school. And the judge
They go to school?
Yeah, they go to school.
I'm learning a lot of stuff right now.
And the judge decides
When I was a little
that
kid,
their punishment is
on-
going to be
on
being sent
Christian-
to space camp. He says, since you boys wanted space camp so bad, and I want to teach you guys how to learn, and I saw Touched by an Angel recently, I'm going to send you to
So
space
he's feeling
camp.
merciful.
So they go to space camp and they see this probe that inserts into another probe and it looks like sex.
That's hot.
And they do it for 18 hours straight. And all the NASA guys.
That's insane.
Yeah. All the NASA guys are like.
Are you just telling me what happens in this movie?
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched the whole
thought
thing.
you were
I got drunk and watched it.
I thought you were pitching the movie.
No. This is real.
Oh, you're just giving me the synopsis of the film.
Yeah, but I'm making a. There's something at the end.
Okay.
So they decide. NASA decides they're gonna hire him. They're gonna hire Beavis and Butthead since they're so good at doing the little
I
probe
believe
thing.
it's pronounced beavers.
And they bring them into space and they crash the fucking spaceship because they try to do the fuck
Anybody
probe.
ever crashed a spaceship?
Me, and then they get sucked into a black hole and they end up in 2022. Okay, and they
So it was set whenever the fucking in
Yeah.
the 20s when they first came out.
in
with
the
Beavis and Butthead.
1920s with their buddy Popeye.
Did you know one of the first ever depictions in fiction of a female president was in a Betty Boop cartoon?
Really? Was it Betty Boop?
Yeah.
Did you hear Betty Boop and her husband got divorced?
Did you know she's 14?
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell the guy who's been married to Betty Boop for 4 years.
I don't think he knows. Yeah, I don't think he knows. Tell the viewers about that guy, please, God.
I'll get
but
to it.
first, she also gets rid of prohibition because that was still going on at the time.
Wow.
So she's like a very popular president.
That's amazing.
And then who was the president before Roosevelt?
Forgive me if I could tell you. I know the one. Which Roosevelt?
The second Roosevelt, the Depression Roosevelt.
I know the one after was Truman. I don't know the one before.
Okay, well, basically, his response. Oh my God, it was Herbert Hoover.
Herbert
Herbert Hoover's
Herbert.
response to the Great Depression was just to not do anything. The market would correct itself. He was a very staunch capitalist in this way, right?
Like Bush one with AIDS.
A
He
little
just
bit,
didn't
yeah.
mention it at all.
He's just like, it's fine, don't think about it. And so in this Betty Boop cartoon,
Mm-hmm.
her opponent that she's running against is called Mr. Nobody, and he sings this song where he's like, "Who cares that your wife is gone, Mr. Nobody?" So
That's
he's like,
terrible.
nobody cares, right?
Yeah.
No, the government's not going to help you in any way.
Wow.
And so Betty Boop runs instead, and she's running on these robust, oh my God. She's running on these, oh my God. Oh, it was a silent sip. I hyped it up. Oh, fuck.
Got him.
But she's running on these robust, like, government programs and things like that, and creating dams and whatnot, in order to, enfranchise the American people. He's moving his mic, and he's scared about it.
Keep going.
You were supposed to interrupt me at this point.
Nah, I'm listening, man.
God
I'm
fucking
in
damn
this.
it.
You gotta keep going.
I don't have that much information on this.
So then they get to space camp and they crash the plane. They end up in 2022. And while they're trying to find their way home,
about Roosevelt.
find their ways into
presidential
a
career
college.
is basically.
And in that college, they're teaching a gender studies class.
Oh,
And-
gender stuff.
Beavis and Butthead walk in. They say something along the lines of, "Where are the sluts?" And the teacher is like, "This is a learning. This is a teachable moment." It's a term I always hate. I don't know what teachable moment.
Teachable
means.
moment is kind of a
Don't
meaningless
tell
term.
me. I'm not asking. And
Jesus Christ.
so they get this explanation about white privilege and shit like that, and they go, "Wow, we have white privilege." And so they like go out and break some laws, and every time they do it, they go, "Don't worry about it. We've got white privilege."
I don't
and
know if I like where this is going.
It just really reminds me of your mom and Jim. Is all. That's all I was getting at.
Oh,
with
that's
that
what
whole
you were
thing.
getting at
Yeah.
with that?
Yeah.
Wow, that was a big ass turn, wide ass turn.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Yeah. So the guy's married to Baby Boop. There's this guy.
This podcast, I've been thinking about what it's about.
Uh-huh.
Because someone asked me at work what my podcast is about. And I've been thinking, I gave them like the answer, right? The official answer. But like, I've been thinking about what it's about in a more metatextual way.
Okay.
What it is outside of the premise of the podcast, the pitch of the podcast. And I think it might be about being young. I think it might be about being alive at this bizarre time.
I'm at my youngest when I'm podcasting.
Yeah?
I think so.
Tell me about that.
I don't act like this normally. This isn't me.
No.
This is my
You
podcast.
do act
guy.
like this.
Do I?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. And I know one of the original taglines of like way back in the day when we had an intro with words that we remembered that I don't remember the words to.
I don't
anymore.
remember the words to either, but it's okay.
But it was something along the lines of we both are very bad at holding a conversation and staying on the same thing for very too long.
Yeah.
And that's a very young thing to do.
You think so? You ever talk to an old person?
they got Alzheimer's and shit. You know, they're fucked up. They can't help it.
I'm pretty fucked up, man.
They got the brain fuck. Yeah, but you ever talk to a 6-year-old? That motherfucker's going back and forth between Candy and Power Rangers every 6 seconds.
That's true, I suppose.
And that's just us.
That's a negative child stereotype.
I don't give a shit. What are they gonna fucking do? Are we gonna see the
I think
child
we're too nice
uprising?
to old people. I think we're too mean to kids.
I think we're not mean enough to either of them. I think the Hear Me Out podcast should fully
It's actually
endorse,
the She Didn't Text Back podcast.
Should fully endorse punt-kicking children below the age of 3.
Oh, he said the P word.
Pussy.
Pussy and vagina.
This podcast shouldn't be quiet. It doesn't work that way.
No, it really doesn't. It doesn't work out.
So there's this guy on Twitter who has been making daily comics.
Is this the human pet guy? Is this another one of his side adventures?
No, this is a different guy. He's a normal dude other than the fact that once a day, every day, he makes a comic about him being married to Betty Boop.
Oh, there's a comic.
I
forgot
comic.
about this,
It's an
but
online comic.
I remember the comic.
One a day.
One
And
a day?
And they're funny
That's really
because
impressive.
he's like a weird little, modern internet guy, and Betty Boop's like, the face of a franchise, and like...
Yeah, so he's funny?
It's funny,
I haven't read the comic.
Yeah. It does it every day. Well, Betty Boop announced NFTs like a week ago, and so he made he made his last comic of him and Betty Boop getting divorced, and he doesn't make them anymore.
Holy shit!
Yeah, that's fucking amazing.
Wow, I thought it was more of an unhealthy obsession he had with Betty Boop.
No, I think they were just like...
I don't know why that's what I went into it.
I thought it was just like a funny thing. I thought he was just like...
He's goofing.
Yeah,
evidently he's goofing.
It's a hilarious
They
concept.
got divorced over NFTs. I think he's goofing,
Yeah, he's got to be goofy. He wouldn't let go of it. He would just buy the NFTs. He'd buy them all.
Yeah.
For 20... We need to clap.
I think that's our clap, dude. Look at that.
What'd you just say?
I don't know.
I think that's our clap, dude.
Jesus
Hey,
Christ.
Jamie, pull it up. Is that our clap? We're getting a no from Jamie.
That's a no?
Last time we recorded, I couldn't see Jamie and you can, and now I can see Jamie and
I didn't know
can.
you couldn't see Jamie.
I couldn't see a second of Jamie. I had to reach all the way out with my
Fun
eyes.
fact, if you're wondering about what Jamie looks like, he moves so fast you can't even see.
Yeah, he's like vibrating back and forth.
Yeah, like the Flash when he goes through
walls.
walls,
Like that.
exactly.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
You see about the... No, we're not talking about it.
Let's talk about
The
it.
Flash's lightsaber.
No way.
In the show, they gave him a lightsaber.
No, they did. In the show?
Yeah.
With that fucking idiot kid, Grant?
Yeah.
Grant, what's his last name? Gustin?
We can.
That
Oh,
man-
it is Grant Gustin.
Grant Gustin.
Oh,
That's a
man.
bad superhero
That's just like
name.
Mark Webb.
What do you mean, just like a Mark Webb?
Like, just Mark Webb got the job because his last name is Webb. I know it for fucking
Oh,
sure.
no way.
Yes.
Then why did Todd McFarlane get it?
Tom McFarlane didn't get it.
He did it? He did Torment.
He didn't. Don't make me talk about comics on the podcast.
I want to hear you talk about comics. And so do all the people.
See, I'm worried that someone from my work's going to listen to this podcast and know who I am really as a person.
Who do you want to shout out from work?
Uh,
This is old news. I'm looking at a video from July 21st, 2021 of the Flash's lightsaber.
Oh my god.
Shut the fuck up.
Did that interrupt your recording at all?
No.
Oh, I
I
didn't.
don't know. I'm watching the video. I can't see my levels. Oh my god, it's Black Flash or whatever his name is, the yellow one.
Reverse Flash.
The one who makes him come or whatever.
No, what?
Yeah, have you seen that? It's like an edited still from the comics where it's like every time you came too fast, it's because I broke into your room really quickly and jerked you off.
with-
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard about that. There's an edit where it's Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Maul.
With a wave of my finger and a flip of my dick, one flash from me will kill you quick. So here and now, I've got to go. This lightsaber scene looks really fucked up, and I'm gonna put stills of it right here in the podcast right this second right now.
I don't believe you. I know you will not do it.
You
The
didn't
Obama
believe
thing was a
Obama?
fucking fluke.
Now I'm putting up a clip
Let
of
me
the
be
last
clear.
podcast with Obama on
it. What if we had Obama as president, but he was old and dusty like fucking Joe Biden?
it. Joe Biden is so dusty. How is that guy so fucking
It's because he
dusty?
moves so slow. The dust collects on him.
Oh man,
He's like a sloth with the moss.
America's first tortoise president.
Galapagos Biden.
You can't say Galapagos anymore.
Galapagos.
I heard the word jalopy today. Does that mean pussy?
That for 30 seconds we were a funny ass podcast. Did you see
Did
that?
I ruin it with jalopy?
No, jalopy was the peak of
Oh,
the
okay.
climax, the Shakespearean climax.
So it was. I love talking about tweets on the podcast. Last episode, you said you hate talking about tweets on the podcast, but Twitter is the
fucking
greatest
hate it.
place on earth. I
fucking
saw a
hate
tweet
it.
today that said Jane Fonda says sex gets better with age because she knows what she likes now. Somebody responded to it saying, "I know that jalopy goes." I don't know what the fuck that means.
What does that mean?
I have no idea.
My favorite thing where I don't know what it means is if I can't tell if it's offensive and I can't tell who it's offensive to if it even was offensive.
Okay.
Because I feel like it might be misogynistic to refer to anything as a jalopy going, but I can't tell because I don't know what that means.
You could never know what the... We gelled. We figured it out. We've got this. You want to hear
I think we finally hit the flow state. He who controls the spice controls the universe.
Do you want to hear the funniest part of that whole Beavis and Butthead thing?
Beavis?
When we first brought up your mom and Jim being gentrifiers, you were not recording.
Really?
Yeah.
I wasn't?
It was before your mic was connected.
Well, the audio track didn't restart. We've still got that. It's just from a different mic.
Yeah, but it's going to sound like shit. Do I want shit in my fucking podcast? It's the Hear Me Out podcast, not the
shit in your
not
podcast.
to listen to my fucking microphone. I turned into a beetle there.
That was Bob Dylan, first of all.
You just peeked my mic.
Yeah,
You fucked up my
I looked right at it. Yeah, I peeked it.
Oh,
What you gonna do? I was looking.
You reached and shit. You came all the way across the table.
Sure
You had to put
fucking
work
didn't.
into
We're
that.
literally on Skype right now, you dumb bitch.
We are on Skype right now. You're right.
We're
Let's
on
put a
Skype.
picture of each of us in right now of us on Skype with each other.
Yeah.
So just take a screenshot real quick. Oh, that's a video. We're in the same room. This bit wasn't gonna work. I'm still taking a video of myself.
Sorry, Skype was fucked up. I couldn't hear
Can you hear me? Are you still there?
you. Sorry, Skype was fucked up.
Can you hear me?
It didn't work.
Hold on.
Yeah, give me a second.
Can you hear me?
Give me a second.
Can you hear me?
Boom.
Boom.
Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom.
The sun is out.
Boom, boom, boom.
The sky is green.
Boom.
We're having fun. 'Cause it's a dream. And that's enough. Simply having.
I remembered that we'd get sued, and I got scared, and I started
We couldn't
screaming.
get sued for singing it. We get sued for playing it like this. Hold
It
on.
depends on, because it's all automated.
It's all, yeah, I have to watch it automate every time I upload these videos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like a 10-minute chunk where it's like checking for copyrighted content.
Mm-hmm. That's what I hear. And
You'd know.
I feel so fucked up about how crazy the workload imbalance is on this podcast. I know how to edit. There's no reason I'm not editing this podcast. I know how to upload videos to youtube.com. There's no reason I'm not doing that, you know. And I feel like I've talked to my therapist about this. I feel like I'm never really doing enough anyway. And so in a way maybe it's a good exercise for me to not be doing everything everywhere all at once.
So I think maybe some of it is because I a little bit micromanage a little bit sometimes. I think.
Tell me about that. Because
I'm
I wouldn't, like, in my head, that's not something I think of you as. But it's been a long time since we've, like, been together in a work setting anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, and this is going to make you feel bad about the workload imbalance. So let me just
That's
tell you,
okay.
I'm not mad about it. I made the thumbnail, and
Yeah.
I commissioned the theme song,
Yeah.
and I edit all of them.
Yep.
And I mix all of them, and I put them all on YouTube.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I don't do them because you won't. Like it's not
true. You do just want to do that.
I just want to
You
do
didn't
it.
ask me about any of
Yeah,
it.
I
we talked about the editing.
Yeah, and I mean like
But that's because it was like the conceptual phase of the podcast. We were literally just talking about, okay, well, hypothetically, who would edit it? Hypothetically, what would it would be about?
yeah,
What
and I
would
mean
we do
like
it and how would we do it?
everything like when we got the theme song back, I sent it to you and I was like, "Do you like this?" And you were
It's
like,
true,
"Yes."
yeah. It's not like I just don't touch the podcast
Yeah,
or anything.
and it's when
so that's true.
When I designed in quotation marks the thumbnail, I sent it to you.
I have to be honest with you. I like the original thumbnail better than the newer thumbnail.
Me too. The original thumbnail was done in like 720p or some shit like that.
That's funnier.
And I did not have a higher quality version of it.
Yeah, honestly, if it's already shitty looking, it doesn't have to be shitty resolution.
We're gonna go back to the old one. I'm gonna recreate it.
Don't go back to the old
I'm gonna put it in a
man.
4K photo upscaler and see how that looks. You ever fucked with those?
No.
They're so cool. There was a website called Hypnogram like a year before.
There's machine learning involved. If I'm not
Yeah.
correct. I think machine learning is cool.
I want machines to know everything except my
I don't.
weaknesses.
You ever think about? Let me tell you about this, young people. You don't understand this.
How old are you?
22 years old.
Okay, keep going.
The invention and popularization of filters is definitely solely due to the government's need of facial data recognition technology.
Probably, but also
Why
they're
else would they
cool.
be like, show us your face all the time?
We want to see your face every second. We're gonna
Please-
map it out. You ever
please
seen when that fucking
map
grid
out your
pops
face.
up on Snapchat and shit?
Yeah.
Like they're figuring out where your moles are.
Yeah,
and shit like that.
they're fucking identifying you, and you don't think they're gonna fucking use this against you? You're fucking stupid.
Sometimes
dumb.
You're walking in Walmart.
The government is holding you fucking captive. There is no difference between a government and an occupying army.
Square on my face right now.
Think about it like
This
this,
is going
right?
to be a fucking nightmare. This is an audio nightmare. I love it. I love how difficult this is because we do it the hardest way possible in every way.
It's true. We do make this needlessly difficult.
We are in the same room with no soundproofing.
We're so close to each other.
We're so close to each other. There's no soundproofing.
We could kiss.
And these are omnidirectional
We kiss
mics.
every time we're not talking on screen.
We do. Like if there's a little bit
If
of
you're
silence.
not hearing us speaking, we're kissing.
Yeah, it's just kind of how we're attached at the mouth, you might say.
Yeah,
We're a bit attached at the
we're not
lips
deeply
even.
in love though. I do resent him.
Yeah, it's like a platonic. It's like
It's just a platonic podcast kissing thing.
I really want my lips.
Ask
to be
your homies
doing
about
something.
the podcast kiss.
Yeah, anyway, you podcast homies, if you got a homies on a podcast,
Yeah.
ask them about the podcast because they'll know exactly what you're talking about.
Will and
it's
Darren.
kind of an insider thing.
Steven, Mike.
Is Will and Darren still doing their shit?
No, they haven't done that shit for years.
So here's
and
my
I was
thing.
actually I listened to an episode of it. You know what it's just like?
What?
It's this fucking podcast.
Is it really?
It is. They're not talking about fuck all.
That's awesome.
It's really funny.
I
honestly like it, and it kind of gives me faith in the idea that someone, hypothetically, someone who didn't even know us, if they happen to think we were funny, would listen to the podcast.
Yeah, and I mean, if
Because
if
these
they think
fuckers-
they're funny, they
I don't
think
know
we're
Will
funny.
and Darren. They're literally just half the shit they edit out. They either bleep people's names or just entire chunks of the podcast
Yeah,
go missing.
we do the same shit.
Yeah, and they're just talking about their personal lives and talking about Will is talking about how he's afraid to do LSD because he's afraid that he's going to see a Mickey Mouse.
Like a regular Mickey Mouse, or like a scary Mickey Mouse.
Well, a Mickey Mouse that reveals itself to be scary. He's worried. He said that basically this happened to a friend of his, and he's worried it'll happen to him. Is he was lured in by a friendly-looking Mickey Mouse?
No way.
And then the Mickey Mouse came after him. And I want to know what was it happening in real life?
Yeah, how was that going? Like, was he walking around, or was he just like my lack of experience with LSD?
Yeah.
I feel
what
like
would be what's the thing that you'd be afraid would happen on LSD?
knives.
Knives?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Like
you would use a knife on yourself?
Yeah, or
and
someone
be
else.
goofing and not even think about it. And
Yeah,
stab
that's like
the
my
fuck out of
biggest fear is like
yourself or somebody
weapons
else.
around my house.
That makes sense.
And like
I wouldn't do LSD if there was a gun anywhere within 200 feet of me.
Yeah, if I did it, I feel like I'd have to lock myself in a motel room and shit because like,
Go
and
somewhere
like I said,
else.
this is coming from someone who has no experience
Oh, yeah,
with
me neither.
psychoactive drugs. But what if I thought my cat was a monster?
Yeah, what do you do then?
What do I do then? If I thought my cat was
If
a
you're
fucking
legitimately
evil Mickey
convinced
Mouse?
because you're on psychoactive drugs, oh my god, my cat was killed and turned into a monster.
Yeah, it's me or
Fuck.
him.
Yeah,
What
it's
if
me
it's
or him.
What if
He's
it's
gonna
between me
eat
and
me.
my 14-pound house cat? How's that gonna go?
I love the people. I see some people and I don't think they can win a fight with their cat or dog.
Like who?
You want to just name somebody?
Yeah, name one.
I can't think of anyone in specific. Just people walking down the street.
Yeah.
Like just a little ass dude, big ass dog. Like you think you guys are on equal footing, but you're not.
Picture this in your brain.
That fucker's got teeth like a motherfucker.
Picture
and he's
this.
from a doggy dog world.
He's from a doggy dog world.
That doesn't mean we're into the podcast, by the way. but-
No, because we didn't say it at the beginning.
Yeah.
We didn't say it's
It's
a
a-
doggy dog. You just left me hanging
He
like
tried
that.
to lure me in. We would have to end the podcast. You know what that witch said?
Fuck. She was scary.
I'm not
as
supposed
fuck.
to talk about the curse.
Let's talk about it.
Okay.
What's the worst that can happen? She was fucking scary, dude.
She was scary. And you know what the fucked up part was? I thought she was just a normal Mickey Mouse at first. but I
Yeah,
got
she was a
close.
real fucked up Mickey Mouse when you got close.
She was a fucked
She
up
came
Mickey
to
Mouse.
us with 2 USB mics and she said,
Would you fuck Minnie Mouse?
No, I sure as fuck would not.
Well, what if you were in Disney World?
What if I was at Disney World? Would I fuck?
What if you were on LSD and she lured you in and you were like...
But she wasn't regular Minnie Mouse. She was sexy Minnie Mouse. It turned
Yeah,
out.
she turned into, instead of scary Minnie Mouse, she turned into sexy Minnie Mouse. But she's still Minnie Mouse. You know she's Minnie Mouse. I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't either. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
And
but why?
can you not see the reasons within yourself reflected upon me?
She looks like Mickey Mouse with a bow.
Is that your only reason? That's because she looks like... You wouldn't fuck Minnie Mouse because she looks like Minnie Mouse? Mickey Mouse? You know why I wouldn't fuck Minnie Mouse?
Maybe Mickey Mouse looks like Minnie Mouse.
Yeah. You know why I wouldn't fuck Minnie Mouse?
Who? She's a mouse?
She's a fucking mouse.
You
Is
moved
why.
the fop filter.
I had to get close. So picture this. You're me.
You're already close. This nigga's right up on the mic having sex with it, getting twerking, sexual style, oiled up.
Oiled up. Picture this. You're me.
You see Elvis when he puts the mic in his mouth? That's just...
Oh, he goes...
Why is he doing that?
He's getting horned up. He wants a
He's
little cock in his
probably high
mouth.
as shit.
He wants a little dick in his mouth. Just slurp on it, suck on it,
Maybe
suck it
so.
real good.
We don't know what Elvis was up to.
What was it? Was Elvis sucking jalopy?
Going... I know they had to feed Elvis bacon bits to keep the nigga calm. He was taking about love me.
hey. He ain't nothing but a hound dog. You ain't nothing but a hound dog.
He's shaking in those videos. You listen to Elvis, he's fucking... He's shaking. What's he doing? You ever listen to Elvis or Frank Sinatra or just any of those like old ass niggas from the 40s and 50s?
Correct men say
They talk about killing themselves a lot.
I will kill myself.
It's a really guttural butt.
Kill.
Guttural butt was my nickname on Discord.
Yeah, you're right. I was there for the. So picture this.
We're gonna get sued by this state.
Picture
Well, let me
this.
tell you something. They gotta feed me bacon, bitch. Well, let me tell you something, Mama. They gotta feed me bacon, bitch. If they want me to be calm on this one.
That's what he said. I'm clearly doing Bravo, by the way. Johnny Bravo, not doing Elvis Presley.
Johnny Bravo was originally going to be Elvis. They couldn't do it.
Really? Mm-hmm. I didn't know that, but that makes sense. He's
Yeah,
obsessed
that
with his mom.
Get that white thing on.
Her name is, what's his wife's name? Jackie Kennedy.
Anna Marie Presley. That's his daughter.
That's Lisa Marie. Is his daughter.
Lisa Ann.
I had no idea. Hey, viewer, here's some fucked up ass shit.
Hey, listen to this viewer.
Did you know that goddamn Elvis Presley's daughter was married to goddamn motherfucking black ass Michael Jackson?
He wasn't black when they were married.
It's true. He vitiligo. I love the bit in Boondocks where he said, "I got revitiligo," which is the opposite of whatever Michael Jackson has.
He was a white originally.
Yeah, it's the Uncle Ruckus character who hates black people.
Everybody's always talking about Uncle Ruckus.
He's a hilarious character.
Is he?
Oh,
Should
absolutely.
I watch
Have
the
you seen
Boondocks?
You haven't seen the Boondocks?
I've never seen the
The
Boondocks.
Boondocks is frequently misunderstood by the far right.
Oh, yeah, they think it's on their side, like Trailer Park Boys.
Like everything that's far left.
Yeah.
They think that it's on their side because it's remotely critical of anything that they've heard of. And they're saying, well, what's critical must be correct, and
Correct.
what is correct is me. So
I'm
therefore,
right.
yeah.
I'm right one.
They're right, so I'm obviously that's me too. I'm right.
I'm rubber, you're glue.
Whatever happens
Everything
to me
you say sticks
happens
off
to
of me.
you.
Picture this, you're me 2 years ago, okay?
Me too?
Me 2 years ago.
Let me tell you something.
You're sitting outside your best friend's house, and there's a man. And this man is on a dog-drawn carriage.
Oh, fucking hell.
He's
I
in a
remember this.
he's in a pedal carriage. There's a dog, a little golden retriever. This man's about in his 70s.
You said golden retrievus. I just wanted...
Mm.
Is that when there's two of them?
Mm.
You don't retrieve her, you retrieve us.
Mm. Do you
Retriever?
think that man
I
can
hardly
beat his
know her.
dog up?
What?
Do you think he would win at a dog against a fight?
Elvis?
No, the man being pulled by the dog on the.
Oh, no, they're buff. He's not. He's not even walking anymore.
He's not. You're right. The dog.
It's like if Dr. Octor had to fight his
No,
tinnitus.
no. You said there. There was only one dog drawing this carriage. It was
Oh,
a single golden
I was
retriever.
picturing two dogs.
One man. If I find the photo, I'll put it up right now. I'm giving myself so much.
Did he
love.
have like a little bit of... Were there sleigh bells? Or
Fuck no. There was like pedals and shit, but he wasn't pedaling. The dog was pulling the fucking cart.
Wow. This is a classic example of how those in charge could pull their weight but choose not to because they know that they can get away with doing the bare minimum or less than the bare minimum.
This is the perfect metaphor for capitalism.
Did you know they used to call Elvis EP?
Why?
Because he was eating pussy?
How much pussy?
Probably a lot. He was Elvis Presley.
I bet Elvis didn't eat any pussy.
I mean...
Pussy is a fat-free food, and you know Elvis. You know Elvis.
You know Elvis.
You know Elvis.
You know, I'm mad. I saw Baz Luhrmann's Elvis in theaters.
Tell me about it.
One, I just found out today that fucking Blanket Jackson is directly related to Elvis Presley.
Blanket Jackson is not the son of Lisa and Mariah Tesley.
Oh, I didn't know with Mariah Tesley.
They were only married a couple years, but they were married. My phone just vibrated, killed the fucking audio. My coworker is hyped for X-Man 97.
What? Oh, gross.
He's so hyped about it. He listened to this podcast.
Oh, see, I recently told. I hate that guy. We at my work, some coworkers of mine went to see Thor: Love and Thunder, and I asked them about it because I like comic books and stuff. And like, I feel like I finally found a way to depict the way in which I like these characters, which has basically nothing to do with the films.
Okay.
But I was so anxious about them. What is happening over there?
We have shit in our walls. Like there are
shit like a guy.
There's creatures in our walls, and sometimes they crawl up and down.
You know, that's actually happened to Elvis Presley.
They were in his fecal.
They were in
walls.
his ass. Yeah.
That's not the word. Fecal walls.
He doesn't shit himself to death in the movie.
How does he shit himself?
You don't see him die.
Why not?
I feel like it would be disrespectful to the
That's
dead.
the most important part of his life.
Definitely not.
That's the only thing he did.
I think a lot of people think the way they die is the most important part of their life. I think they're dumb as shit.
I hope I get crushed by a big stone. That's how I want to go. Nothing left of me.
Yeah, just instantly vaporized by the stone.
Just gone.
Vaporized by the Stone is my favorite Pink Floyd song.
Vaporized by the Stone is my favorite. Fuck.
You ruined the flow. You ruined. Do I need to feed you some bacon bits or something?
It's gonna be the only joke this podcast has left.
I think it might be, and it's fucked up because it's a stolen joke.
I'm still recovering from the Elvis thing. I'm sorry. I feel like it took a little out.
Which Elvis thing? The one where I did the impression of?
The one where I laughed real hard. I don't remember. It's been too long ago.
I'll tell you something. They gotta feed me bacon bits if they want. If they want me to be calm.
I can't do it. I wish I could do
I'm
it.
calling to try.
It's just sing like him, but don't sing. Easy.
I can walk out.
I'm gonna walk on Elvis.
I'm gonna walk hard.
You think you can sing? Do you ever try to think you can
My
sing?
grandfather. Oh, when I'm alone, I can sing like a motherfucker.
Me too. We were cleaning today, and the fucking music was so loud. I was singing to myself. Put on a whole concert. I was like, I'm gonna record this.
I'm a cute little punk rock boy when I'm singing by myself.
Really?
I'm so hot and cool.
We should start a band.
I'm fucking so many 14-year-olds at Warped Tour over there.
What?
You know, because a lot of punk rock singers, they fuck little girls. So it's an epidemic.
You're fucking 14-year-old girls?
I'm not fucking. I was.
You're gonna have to.
I was making a joke about punk singers because I was singing punk songs.
Jamie, pull that up.
Shit.
Oh yeah, you're fucking 14-year-old girls.
You what?
That's what. Oh no, that said that someone else was doing it actually.
Excuse me?
What?
You know this is fucked up of you to say. It's like basically libel.
But it's a joke. Our viewers know it's a joke. I'll cut that out. I'll cut it out.
Elvis's wife was 14 when they met.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Who's his wife?
I don't remember. She's still alive.
What's her name?
That's what I don't remember.
What do her parents call her when she was born?
Probably baby guy.
No, baby girl. Okay.
My little sister gets so. I call everybody guy all the time. My little sister's the only person I know who gets pissed off.
Respect her pronouns.
I should respect her. It's my fault.
Did your little sister listen to this podcast?
Oh, absolutely not.
Is she old enough?
Existed. No, she's like 12 or something.
Yeah, you're right. No 12-year-olds on the podcast.
Now there's just Elvis songs in my head. I shouldn't have done that impression of Elvis. I'm bad.
I only know 3 Elvis songs.
Oh, yeah, what are
Probably.
those?
Elvis.
We Will Rock You.
The Queen.
The Queen.
Elvis.
The Star Wars theme by John Williams.
Green Day has a song called Green Day. Did you know that?
I didn't know.
They did know that's on their first album, which is not called
That
Green
sucks.
Day. Yeah, that album sucks. That
I
whole
bet.
album sucks. It's not very good. Jamie, pull that up. The Nick just coming over.
You can't now. That's fucked up, man. The Nick just
There
walking
they
like
go.
a cartoon man on a business trip. or
Hell
some
yeah!
shit.
Where you go? Where's your briefcase?
Hello, my baby. Yeah, hello.
Hello, my honey.
Hello, my ragtime gal.
Baby, my heart's on fire.
Send me a kiss, my wire.
I really hope that I knew further into that song.
If you refuse me, honey, you'll lose me, and I'll be left alone. It's a good song.
Why do you know that song? I'll tell you how I know that song, but you gotta
I'll tell you exactly why I know this song. It's because this nigga sat next to me and fucking rotoscoped a frog into some goddamn 9/11 footage when we were 17 years
Did
old.
I do that?
You don't remember
I
this?
put Michigan J Frog in 9/11. Jamie, pull this up.
Jamie, pull up Michigan Frog 9/11. Is that his name? Michigan Frog?
Michigan J. Frog.
No, it's not.
I swear to Jamie, is it
Is
Michigan
Michigan
J.
named
Frog?
after him?
Is it Michigan
I
J.
can't
Frog?
wait till I meet that bitch again.
What?
Michigan, bitch again.
Oh, I get it.
It's from Colt 45.
Let's sing the whole song.
Colt
45
and
two
zigzags.
zigzags.
What the fuck
Baby,
is a zigzag?
it's a paper for rolling smoke.
Rolling smoke?
I couldn't think of words, man. It's joint paper.
Oh, okay. The
Baby,
fuck is it
that's
called a
all we
zigzag?
need. It's a brand.
For? Oh, okay.
Wicked stroke.
I don't remember.
After dark. Smoke that tumbleweed. As marijuana burn, we can take our turn singing them dirty rap songs.
Have you heard of Richard Cheese?
No,
Did we
that's
talk about Richard Cheese last podcast?
Richard Cheese is the guy at the Pledge of Allegiance. I
no,
pledge
you're
allegiance.
thinking of Don's Early Light.
No, I'm thinking of I pledge allegiance
No, his name
to
is
the
Donzer
flag of the
Lee.
United States of America and to the republic for
which
Richard
it stands.
Cheese, one nation, under God. What's Richard stands from? What is that joke? Jamie, pull that
I
up.
don't think I've ever heard of Richard Dick Stands.
Richard stands.
You ever heard of Dick
That's from
Struzo?
All of the Other Reindeer, which is a fantastic fucking movie.
All of the Other Reindeer, also based on the mishearings of lyrics.
Yeah, that's what she was like. I thought I was all of the other reindeer, and he goes, "That's okay. When I was a kid, I thought that I was pledging allegiance to Richard Stands."
I thought
No,
it was all the Jedi.
what?
I thought I was all the Jedi.
What are you talking about?
I was making a reference to the corny line from Star Wars Episode 9, Revenge of the Sith, where Rey Sky Parker goes and kills her dad.
Uncle.
Grandfather?
Uncle.
There was a cut scene where Palpatine says, "I am your father" to Anakin Skywalker.
How is it a
in
cut
Episode
scene
3.
in a fucking movie? They're not all video games.
It was in
Get a
the-
life. I played
Rose
50 minutes of
calls all
straight.
CGI scenes cut scenes without realizing.
That's amazing.
I think it's really funny.
Don't call out your girlfriend on this podcast.
I already did it. It's too late.
Hey, Rose.
Hi, Rose.
How are?
Probably asleep at this point.
Probably in the sleep. I played 15 minutes of the game Stray last night.
Oh my god, tell me about Stray.
This game is so fucking good, dude. It's so pretty.
I played it a little bit on my younger brother's computer.
I died, and I was really upset about it.
I didn't know you could die. And
You
I
can
died.
die.
It was fucked up.
How'd you die? Running from robots?
The niggas got me.
The little guys? The
The
little
little
fellas?
fucking grubby. They go.
You gotta feed
What is
those
that from?
motherfuckers bacon bits. The begin gun?
Yeah.
There's this guy, this bald ass guy who just walk into Walmart and go,
See, I thought that was you.
no, that was not me.
When I first saw the video, I thought that was you.
You couldn't have thought that was me. That man's 50 years old, and I showed you that video when I was 16.
Well, you have to remember that you're ugly.
You ever think about when we were 15 years old?
It's hilarious.
I saw you when you were 15.
Yeah, if anyone else had seen me when I was 15, I'd be mad about
You
it.
beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
You've killed all the other ones. I'm the only one that's left.
It's true.
I am at
And it's
your
only
mercy.
a matter of time.
You
Until
could-
once he remembers, once he forgets,
What? Try that again. I'll give you a restart.
once he forgets to feed me bacon bits every morning, I'm gonna kill his ass.
What's your favorite brand? Bacon bits?
Probably pepperoni.
You like those fuck ass little crunchy ones? Those shit ass little
fuck
Bacos?
those, dude.
I don't.
What are they? Bacos?
Bacos. That's what they were called in the
From
80s.
Waco, Texas.
No, that's where the Dr. Pepper came from. Take our turn.
Singing them dirty rap songs.
Stop.
I think black people should have kept marijuana a secret.
Hit the bong like Cheech and Chong. Sell tapes from here to Hong Kong.
That's a good song.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's flagrantly misogynistic.
Oh yeah,
But
so bad.
not transphobic.
It's not transphobic. He likes.
He never said he didn't fuck her. People assume that he doesn't fuck the girl
He
with the
fucks
dick.
the one with
He
the
fucks
dick.
the girl with the dick.
Yeah.
He opens the story with "I fucked this bitch from Hollywood" or whatever. Doesn't he?
One of them had green hair, so you know.
The Hollywood one's the green hair.
She had
and
green
she
hair?
has a dick also.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Double.
It's
decker.
good that it's the one in L.A. and not like. You know the.
Is there a place? Is there like a stereotypical place for her to have been from? Because I
Yes.
feel like that's Hollywood,
No.
right?
In like the 90s?
Yeah.
No, Bangkok.
Oh yeah. Really?
Yeah, yeah.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, it's in The Hangover Part 2.
Oh, see, I've only seen Hangover Part 1 and Part 3.
You. I've got a weird relationship with those movies. Like
I watched them in the machete order.
not just the Hangover movies, but like all those like 2006 to 2010, 2012-esque,
Like weirdly
Judd
high-budget
Apatow.
comedies?
Yeah. Some of them are fantastic.
Some of them are amazing.
Like-
My Idiot Brother.
Oh, My Idiot
That's
Brother is
a
so
great
good.
movie.
Our Idiot Brother? There's
I think
3
it is
sisters.
Our Idiot Brother.
That was one of my favorite.
Which ones are they? They're one of them's Zoe Deschanel.
One of them is. Fuck. It's not Kristen Wiig.
One of them's someone I really like, and I don't remember who. it
Jamie,
is.
pull that up.
Jamie, can we get that
Um,
on video?
Walk Hard, A Dewey Cox Story. Fantastic.
When I first saw that movie when I was 6 years old on TV, I thought it was for real. I thought it was serious.
You thought it was like, I did too. I didn't get it when I was a kid. Like, I knew who John C. Reilly was, so obviously it couldn't have been real.
See, I didn't even know who he was yet. I don't think.
Okay. I had seen
recognized
Talladega
him
Nights.
from movies, but I didn't know he was a comedy guy.
Elizabeth Banks
Elizabeth
and Rashida
Banks.
Jones,
Oh, it was Rashida Jones. I like her.
Yes.
Yeah, she's cool.
who could not be.
Did you know she's biracial?
That's what I was about to say. She could not be Paul Rudd's full-blooded brother because she is.
She couldn't be his brother.
She couldn't be his brother because there's some Quincy in there.
Ethnicity.
Ethnicity.
Yeah, there's some ethnicity collisions in there.
I think that what's his name? Serge Tankian, fucking
System of a Down.
directed
so
the right
bad.
thing.
No, that's Spike Lee.
Spike Lee was right about mixed people.
Really? Tell me about that.
I just wish that white people had never found out about mixed people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of back in high school, the young white women who used to be attracted to me, they were just kind of moving on up,
Yeah, they were.
To use a black phrase, they were moving on up into to blacker territory.
Yeah, you were kind of the stepping stone, if
exactly,
you will.
I'm sort of a stepping stone. And all these people are all talking about how pretty mixed babies are and would be.
That's
and all
so
these things.
fucked
It's
up.
so fucking creepy.
I can't wait to have mixed babies with that guy.
Oh my god, dude! What the fuck?
That's so fucked up. And sometimes they turn out looking like this guy across the fucking table from
Fucked
me.
up ass Steve Buscemi got burnt in a blender.
I don't know if I've ever spoken to you about this. I've spoken to my wife about this, who flagrantly disagrees.
Oh yes.
I think Steve Buscemi, unironically,
Oh, you think he's hot? Don't you?
used to be so hot.
Used to be. You don't think he's hot anymore?
I think maybe now he's a little old for me. He's like in his 70s or
Mhm.
60s now. But I watched Fargo not too long ago.
He's in that.
Yeah, he's in
I didn't
Fargo.
know he was in
I
that.
was legitimately sexually attracted to Steve Buscemi in the movie Fargo.
Well, hey, that's where you were at. That's all right.
I don't know where it comes from, but it's
Well,
just
you're sexually attracted to men.
the dog's whining. I'm gonna let her outside. We're putting a pause on the podcast.
The Pausecast.
The pause.
Can we call this one the Pausecast?
Yeah, we sure can.
I'm pausing it. Should I be pausing it?
Hit the pause button. Hey, we're back now. My dog is outside. This is the podcast where we eat Cheez-Its and talk about racism.
It is.
And I was
Should we
telling
have
you
a segment called Racism?
racism
The
and
Racism Podcast.
Cheez-Its. I'm eating my Cheez-Its in the mic.
They hear me say slurs.
So, there was recently an episode of the podcast Dynamic Banter in which they had a gay guest on. And the gay guest continuously tried to get the host to say the F slur.
The Gaygist is my favorite
Mhm.
monster from D&D.
You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Now my dog is barking. It's fine. She'll be fine.
It's okay.
I was telling you about this during the break,
Mhm.
and you had a good point you wanted to make, and I want to hear it.
Well, I want to know what it is about our culture that leaves oppressed groups wanting to jokingly have the members of the oppressor group say slurs, and the oppressor group refusing to say such slur. Right?
So,
I want to know what you think.
I read a 4chan green text post this morning about a guy who's at work, and he gets a sudden urge to shit.
Uh-huh.
And he runs to the shitter, and he doesn't make it. And he shits himself.
Fuck. That's terrible. I have a coworker who shits herself all the time.
Poor guy. And not long after this time he accidentally shits himself, he starts shitting himself all the time.
What?
And he goes to the doctor about it, and the doctor's like, there's nothing wrong with you.
You're just a self-shitter.
And he's like, okay. And the doctor's like, go see a therapist. We'll see how that goes. And the therapist decides that him shitting himself unlocked a latent urge to enjoy shitting himself.
Fascinating.
It's not something he knew he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
It just, his brain did it. He would just shit himself.
There was something in there that he unlocked.
So I think that whether they know it or not, the oppressed individuals, they want to destigmatize those words.
I certainly do.
So they get everybody. They say, hey, say the N-word. Just like that guy who wants to shit himself. What do you think?
I think that could be it, honestly, because there's been many a discourse about various slurs and whether or not they should be destigmatized, reclaimed, and all these things, right?
All of them should be reclaimed.
Absolutely. And I think a big part of reclamation is destigmatization. right?
Yeah,
Because if
that's the
black
first.
people
That's like the
still
first
felt
step.
Like it was a word that could not be touched. They wouldn't be calling each other nigga all the time, right?
And people are like, well, if they say it, why can't I say it?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the end goal, really, is to just make it okay for everyone to say it.
Yeah,
but we're
'cause,
not
like,
there yet.
Yeah, we are not in that place at
It
the moment.
is impossible for those people to distinguish whether you're using it maliciously or
I
not.
do think a lot of young white people, white liberals, some white leftists, some white socialists and communists that I've encountered, or supposed communists, I sincerely doubt that person was actually a communist. In fact, she was kind of a loser. And
That's okay.
Everyone knows that. Even though I'm not a communist, I don't think. I think if you're a loser, you can't really be a communist.
Yeah, communists are cool.
Yeah, they're kind of you're supposed to be kind of cool.
Did your phone just fucking vibrate and fuck up the audio?
Yeah.
Was it your mom
It was
again?
my mom.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Look, dude, I'm trying to have a good relationship with my mom right now.
That should not come before the podcast.
You know what? You do have a point.
Okay, yeah. So let's keep going.
Where was I? Do you remember?
Just across the table.
Hmm?
Just over there, about 5 feet away.
Okay, cool. I'm not 5 feet away. 4 maybe.
I'm counting where our feet are.
I'm counting where our feet are.
You know, I don't
bitch.
talk like that.
That's exactly how you sounded.
Say
Jamie,
it.
can we play it back? I'm counting where our feet are.
That was just, I just played it back to you again.
My shirt's actually laser proof, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm playing Super Fight with my friends, and they don't agree that Chuck Norris has a laser proof shirt. Can you come in? And...
I always wanted to play fucking Super Fight.
Super Fight sucks. Like
Oh, it sucks?
It's fun, but it's like
I feel like it's whatever you bring to it.
it's a full voting system. You know, like there's no objective way to win, and sometimes your homies just don't trust you when you say that Chuck Norris has a laser proof shirt.
Laser proof shirt.
Who would win in a fight between Sharknado and Chuck Norris?
Sharknado's got his ass.
No way.
Oh yeah.
Chucknado.
Sharknado.
I gotta go get the dog.
He's gotta go get the dog. Oh my fucking god. You didn't see it, but he's literally engaging in some sort of coil dance with the chair. And he's fucking the door. And now he's running backwards. Which I didn't know you could do because of how running works, like structurally, like the where your legs are and arms are. Like, how does that even happen? Hey dog, what are you doing? Hey dog. So basically what I was talking about, right, is that a lot, like, I feel that this is a word that should be destigmatized. I think any other slurs that apply to me should be destigmatized, right? And I think a lot of
Which ones?
Which ones apply to me?
Yeah.
That depends on the neurodivergent ones, you know.
Yeah.
It's really up in the air. I've been called about all of them, but I don't feel comfortable saying all of them.
I feel the same way.
Yeah. Because a lot of people like to say, well, if you've been called it, you can say it. No.
No, that's the wrong.
Because white people will be calling each other nigger all the time.
Yeah, they do. That's just
Like,
the
as
thing
an
that
insult, they'll be
people
saying
we
it.
went to high school with and shit like
yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell this story after the podcast. Something came to mind. I can't say it here.
Yeah,
I don't want to be rude.
no, I get it. Because, look, those people have learned and grown and all these things.
Yeah,
we talked about
sometimes-
that in the last podcast. I don't really want to get back into it.
Yeah, that's. We sound a little
What
bit too, like-
rules?
What?
What rules?
What rules?
You sons of bitches.
Sons of bitches. Up yours, welcome, Morales.
We'll see who cancels who. Where are my bacon bits?
Hey, can you do a Squidward impression?
I can only do the laugh. I can't do the voice.
I'm the same way with Beavis of Beavis and Butthead. I can do.
Is that really it? I haven't watched the show.
Yeah, that's how he goes.
Anyway, the slurs that apply to me should be destigmatized. I think of these slurs, and as far as I've spoken to other people, think of these slurs. You know, like people who are also black. You know, they feel like it's just a word, and I think it'd be funny, one, if, you know, my white boyfriend or my white friend or my white GF or BF or anything
My white neighbor.
thought it would, my white nigger would say it. He's looking at me. He's surprised. But the reason he's surprised is because I was actually doing the white face at the time, so it wasn't
Yeah, it was really
acceptable.
fucked up of you.
It was fucked up.
Did you just call me that word? Like, was that directed at me?
No, I was just looking right at your eyes and
Damn.
picturing you and thinking about
I
it.
thought I was gonna be able to say it.
Because it was at you.
Yeah, I thought
That
I was
is the rule.
I thought I was gonna get the pass.
I love the idea of the pass.
Do you ever hear? Like,
I love when you see a prop of the pass.
Oh yeah, yeah,
very
especially
funny.
a well-made one. You ever
Oh,
hear
yeah.
like old white people be like, "Yeah, white people can be that too."
Oh, all
after
the
they say
time.
the insular.
All the time I hear that, and that's a big excuse, right? And that's a big core of the just a word argument. And it is just a word. I don't think that we're there to the point where people could just be fucking calling people down.
Some
all the
words
time.
fucking hurt.
Words
Call
are
that
very
same
important.
person gay.
Yeah, words have a very serious impact on people and their well-being, and they have a very real effect in the physical world. Someone hears you get called a certain slur, now they know that that's you, and they have a new reason to hate you.
I think it's just because of all the participation medals that we get.
Yeah, I think that's it, and also because of women.
Yeah, I do.
Definitely women.
We'll see who cancels who.
Up yours.
Up yours.
I can't. I used to have a good one. I feel like on the podcast I can't do it. I have to let my voice rest for a while.
Let it rest.
Like when I'm by myself.
Let's take a moment of silence.
And I don't speak. And I just look in the mirror.
Just looking at. Do you do that?
Yeah.
That's a real fucked up way to dissociate yourself.
What are you talking about? I just look until I see my father, and then I go, do whatever.
I feel like I have to look none to find my father, which really fucks me up.
It takes me a long time to see my father.
It takes me no time at all to find my father. I'm putting up a picture of my dad right now on the podcast. Let's pull up a picture of my dad. Let's pull it up. When you Google my dad's name, you find 3 different mugshots of him and no actual photos.
That's funny.
No, it's not. It's really sad.
That's funny.
You eating chunks? You eating cheese?
Minecraft is fucking racist. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, let's talk about it. What's your favorite racist character?
Probably the Iron Golem.
Yes, that's so fucked up. Is the Iron Golem racist?
I think
Or-
it's an appropriation of a Jewish folktale.
Yeah, but like...
So I don't think it's racist in intent, but I think the characters that are the villagers are racist in intent. Those niggas give you bad deals and have big ass noses and live in the desert. Come on now.
Sometimes
do
they
that.
don't live in the desert, okay? Sometimes they live in Israel.
They have temples. They go.
Huh.
They're constantly wringing their hands together.
Yeah, and their deals are bad. That's a whole thing.
It's really fucked up.
But if you get in good with them, their deals are good.
Blaine, he disagrees with me about this. I said, okay, well, what if they were black and had big ass red lips and couldn't get in the way?
That's probably a little bit of racist.
Because that's fucking racist. He was like, oh, that would be racist. Like, that's what they're fucking doing.
You fucking dumbass. Does your brother listen to this podcast?
No.
Piece of shit.
God damn it.
I've never said, does this person listen to the podcast? And the answer be yes.
Actually, I think Blaine might listen to the podcast.
Really?
I don't remember.
Hey, if you're listening to this podcast, DM me on Twitter at
Let me
Noah
know.
K. Marshall. Should I put our Twitters in the bio
Sure, I
description?
don't see why not. That's a fun
We'll
idea.
get followers.
Hmm?
One day we're gonna get famous because we're so funny and our podcast has such good flow and such good audio and production. What's the word for when a movie looks expensive? Value.
Cinematography.
Something value. Something value. Something value. I know you know it. You're
Black
keeping
value?
it from me. You're keeping it from me.
I don't know what you're fucking
The
talking
value.
about. man.
Inter-
This episode's called Eating on the
production value.
Podcast. Oh.
It has high. We have such high production value.
Mm-hmm.
Did you just compare the color of a Cheez-It to the color of my laptop?
Yeah, I did.
It was not the same color.
It wasn't even close to the same color. I thought
No.
it'd be closer.
My laptop's coral.
Yeah. The
Cheez-It's more of a cyan.
not at all.
What color is a Fazit?
A Fizz, it's a yellowy orange for sure.
That's not a real color.
Yes, it is.
Pick one. Give it a name.
That's not how colors work. Colors don't
Mesa.
exist. Colors exist on a spectrum. You can't just individually.
I
name
exist
them.
on a spectrum. What the fuck does that
Oh,
mean?
you sure fucking do.
Tell me about that.
Well, back to slurs, right?
Uh-huh.
I think it's actually a decent transition, honestly.
It wasn't until you stopped it to say it was good.
Well, you know what? I've been trying to show myself a little bit of love, a little bit of appreciation, because god damn it, a lot of times I'm just by myself and I'm thinking about myself, and that's how I get mad. You know,
Where's your feet?
I had an Uber one time who said, "I keep playing my Star Trek game to keep from killing people."
What?
That's what he said. He was an old man.
How old?
I would guess late 60s.
Do you think he would be killing people if you weren't playing Star Trek?
I don't know, man. I
Would
don't know
you be killing people if you weren't playing video games?
I wasn't playing video games? No, I don't want to kill people that bad. I've only really wanted to kill somebody like once or twice. You know.
Yeah. Tell me about that.
I don't really want to get it on here.
Well,
I'll get into it once my coworkers lose interest and stop listening to the podcast.
okay. Yeah, you don't.
I don't know if they're actually listening, but it's a possibility.
Yeah. Did you link it to them? Like, how much of this do they have?
I didn't link it to them, but it's in my Instagram.
Do they follow you on Instagram?
Yes, they all follow me on
Oh my
Instagram.
fucking god! Did I dox your secret Instagram?
We won't leave that in. It's not a big deal.
Are you sure? I don't want your mom to hear it.
My mom's not going to listen to this podcast.
Until she does. She's going to call you.
She's afraid to listen. She told me. Were you talking about it?
Really?
She's afraid.
What is she afraid she'll find out?
Probably that I have sex with people or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Do you think she doesn't know that?
Oh, she knows. There's no way she doesn't know.
What's that supposed to mean? What are you implying?
What am I implying?
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think I'm implying, kid?
Yeah,
dig yourself out of this hole. Cock gobbler.
I'm on top. I can't make that joke. Never mind.
Playing chicken.
Did you call me a cock gobbler?
Yeah.
That's fucked up, dude. You can't say
I
that.
think it's fucked up.
You're right. Hey, Jamie, is that fucked up?
I can't see Jamie's.
A bit of a circle.
A circle?
Yeah, a bit of a circle. You know when you get a little bit of a circle when you're in the cut and you get a little bit of a circle?
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're speaking some Negroid language to me.
What?
You're speaking some Negroid language to me?
Somebody who I won't name tried to
Elvis Presley.
tell me the head shapes recently.
Uh-oh.
Tell me about the head shapes.
Like
they
phrenology?
were fact. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Who the
I was
fuck?
like, that's crack science, dude.
Yeah, that is shit. It hasn't been, never was true.
No, it was never true.
Hasn't been respected in scientific field since the late 1800s.
I did learn about it in sociology, though, in real life.
Really?
Yeah, in college. In
That's
college that I paid for, I learned about it.
Fucking crazy.
Like it was fact.
That's the fucked up thing about college courses, right? Is that shit's not regulated.
Yeah, they
That
can tell
shit-
you whatever the
They
fuck
say,
they want.
this guy's who we put in charge and he knows what to say, so we'll just let him do it.
I went to IT school.
Yeah.
One of my IT classes was called Special Topics in IT, and we just learned a different thing every week.
That's hilarious.
We just learned how to solder.
Blaine was in a club called the Duck Dynasty Club where they would just
No.
watch Duck Dynasty.
That's fucking amazing.
It's really funny.
Was it at school?
It's at school. He's in the middle of the day, too.
Really?
This nigga's wasting one of his periods while he fucking, let's kill that duck. Duck Dynasty.
That's
Talk
not the
about-
only people that Duck Dynasty people want to kill.
You're right.
Yeah. That fucked up.
Are we talking about gay people or what?
Anyone?
Anyone?
Yeah, they want to kill everybody. They said it. They said genocide the whole human race except Except
one of my
us.
favorite stand-up jokes to steal. Hey, Moiring.
Which-
Should I have not doxed your dog?
You can dox my dog. Her name is not Moira.
Doxed your dog is one of my favorite indie artists.
That's really good. Let's sing Nelly by Dr. Dog.
I don't know it.
One,
I don't know it.
two, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Does
she wander deep inside her slumber? She dreams a dream. What does she dream?
Tear it all
my
apart, but love me.
We should have a singing segment on the podcast.
That's kind of funny.
That's hilarious. What do we want to sing this week? Just hey, I want to do my
I
rendition.
love when people sing Star Wars music and they're just going like what the fuck, dude?
That's the Minion version.
Banana.
Who's your favorite Minion?
My favorite minion is probably Glarg. Oh, they're talking about from Despicable Me?
Mm-hmm. Despicable
I don't
Me.
have one.
You want to know my favorite Minion?
Yeah.
Jalopy.
My favorite minion is probably Jeff Goldblum. Wasn't he in that movie?
No, Jeff Goldblum was in King of the Hill.
No, he wasn't.
He was in one episode we saw it the other day.
Really?
He played a scam man,
Wow.
a confidence man.
Is that anti-Semitic?
Is Jeff Goldblum Jewish?
Is Jeff Goldblum Jewish?
That's a real
That's
question.
a
I'm
dumbass
asking you
question.
right now.
Yes, he's Jeff Goldblum. Have you seen him?
Yeah.
Have you listened to him talk?
Is he really?
He's
I'm
so
looking this
Jewish.
up. I'm looking. Jamie, pull that up. Jamie, do you think Jeff Goldblum is Jewish?
He's Jewish as hell, dude.
We're getting a smidge from Jamie. What the fuck? I'm Googling this.
We got another Salt Lake City on our hands.
Yeah, this is my Salt Lake City. Born to Jewish parents on October 22nd, 1952 in West Homestead, Pennsylvania.
Goldblum's a Jewish name.
What?
It's the traditionally Jewish name, Goldblum.
See, I thought you were being anti-Semitic.
Oh, because it has gold in it?
Yeah, because Goldstein
Goldstein.
is a Jewish name.
Yeah.
And I thought that you were pulling the gold instead
they
of the
both have
Steen
gold.
from
Yeah.
it. Yeah, so I thought you were... I'm going to go get a LaCroix because I got to tell you all about Ben Stein. I want the
Fucking
whole
hell.
world to know about Ben Stein.
I don't know that name right off the top of my head. It sounds familiar. I feel like I probably know it. Can we talk about the slurs before we go on to Ben Stein? Because I do want to talk about the slurs for a second. Yeah. I think it's interesting. Basically, I don't know if you heard him, but he said yes. I'm not just co-opting the podcast, commandeering the podcast. But I think a lot of white people, these words have a certain kind of power over them. You know? Jesus Louises. That's not a LaCroix, that's a bubbly.
Same diff.
I feel like bubbly is even more dickheaded.
They're tasty.
They're not. They taste bad.
I like mango bubbly more
I
than
went to art school, okay? That's all they will let you eat is fucking bubbly and like a chocolate bar and a cigarette is all you can have.
That's all you need.
And it tastes like shit.
Yours tastes like shit. Yours tastes like
tastes
shit.
bad.
You taste like shit. Tell me about slurs and we get over with.
I gotta feed this nigga some damn bacon.
Yeah, I'm getting fucking hungry.
Here. Yeah, there we go. Literally, the actual dog is more calm than you right now. I love to pat a dog hard. I don't know if that picked up on the audio, but
Tell me about them slurs, boy.
okay. So I think
Is boy a slur?
boy, it depends. And I think honestly, there's not any white people that are afraid to say boy, but in the right context, they sure are, right? Mm-hmm. And I mean, obviously, I don't think this is evil of them. I appreciate the caution that these people, in the instance of my personal experience, I appreciate the caution that these people are demonstrating when it comes to being offensive to the black community.
They don't want to.
Yeah, they don't want to do it, and I get that.
Are they trying too hard?
But they're allowing. I don't think they're trying too hard as much as they're thinking of these words in the wrong way. Right? Much like they're socialized to think of them one way, which is they're just a funny curse word. And then they realize that they're bad, and I think sometimes they overcorrect. And I don't think it's horrendous or anything, or even anything they need to necessarily stop. I just think that they're letting these words have a certain power over them by kind of a lot of people like. What did you just do?
I'm listening.
Yeah, what did you just do?
Pinky promised.
Oh, okay, cool. That's beautiful.
It's like
there's a power that is held over white people with these words. It's like the old phrase about like arguing with conservatives. It's like sometimes you're wasting your time because they don't actually care about words.
They don't care about words. Words are just words to them until they get called gay.
Exactly. The problem with the debate between the left and the right is a lot of people on the right. The problem with I shouldn't just boil it down to left and right, even though obviously the left and right.
That's all there is.
Yeah, it kind of is all there is. But it was just kind of the first example that went to my head. But arguing with the troll does not care about words.
The troll cares about you answering it 3 riddles.
Yeah, exactly. The troll. You're wrong and right. Like literally, I really mean it. Within the metaphor, like the troll cares about his little fucking game that he's playing, and the little fucking game is making you mad,
making you a little angry.
And
he does his face like this,
upsetting you and making you mad. That's what he's trying to do, and is his political. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a political goal, right? To sow discord in the opposing.
That's all they
side.
Need. They don't really have any thoughts or beliefs. They just want to like make people angry.
A lot of people are just trying to fuck with you,
stirred up.
Yeah, and I think
that's why I converted to Buddhism.
Yeah. I think the problem with a lot of white people is they care too much about words.
So Ben Stein. You ever seen the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Oh, is he the fucking principal?
Not the principal.
Oh, he's the Bueller.
He's the Bueller. He's in those eye drops commercials.
All right. What?
Eye drops commercials.
I didn't know about that.
The eye drops commercials.
I didn't know about that. Gotta be honest with you.
The dry eye drops commercials.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I know that.
Okay. He's a Jewish man.
Oh really?
Yeah, since birth. And his name is Ben Stein.
Why do you think God wants their foreskin so bad?
What if God was foreskin man?
He is, according to some people.
That's Jesus.
Did you just have foreskin? Almost certainly not.
I would have cut that motherfucker's foreskin off first chance I got.
They never mentioned it in the story of his.
Why don't they talk about Jesus' hung cock?
Jesus and how much fucking meat he was slinging.
That man is slinging meat,
man.
He
was played by Willem Dafoe in that movie.
He is fucking dong.
He's fucking dong?
He's fucking swinging
in
dong.
In the Bible, they say he's nothing special. He's kind of ugly.
That dude's dropping dick. Slanging dick. You ever heard the term any swinging dick?
Mm-hmm.
My dick don't swing, so it makes me feel bad about myself.
My dick doesn't swing either.
Oh, fuck.
My dick is
Ben
huge.
Stein, among many other things, is a political activist.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
He, very conservative.
Fascinating.
Conservative as it gets.
That's like...
Supporter of the criminalization of abortion.
Whoa.
Yeah. Denounced scientific theory of evolution. I've got his Wikipedia
That's
page
hilarious.
pulled up. Which he and other intelligent design advocates call Darwinism, declaring it to be a painful, bloody chapter in the history of ideologies.
That's
As if the Bible was no
There's
bloody
no
at
blood in
all.
there.
There's no blood, death,
There's
or
no
gore.
blood in the Bible.
There's no cutting kids' cocks off and shit. My favorite fun
The
fact.
death of every firstborn son in Egypt.
Yeah, that was not as bloody.
That's not bloody.
Not
They
as bloody
literally
as
put some blood over the door
yeah.
in that one.
Not as bloody
Not
as us
bloody.
coming from turtles and shit. And anyways, Ben Stein was, before an actor, before he was a political advocate, was a speechwriter for President Richard Nixon.
Oh my God, Tricky Dick himself.
Tricky Dick himself and his vice president, Gerald Ford.
And his father, Nancy Reagan.
Who was also slinging dick
Yeah,
into her mouth.
huge cock gobbler.
That's pretty awesome of her, honestly.
Isn't it,
It's nice that you say cock gobbler in a sex positive way.
I was gonna say, isn't it fucked up that a lot of the times when we say dick sucker, we're acting like that's bad?
Yeah, no, that's
Like,
a great thing.
What's wrong about sucking dick?
Go suck some dicks, man.
What?
You'll be
What?
happier, probably.
The same niggas be talking about you suck dick, haha. You don't want your wife to suck your dick?
You don't want your wife to suck your
What's
dick?
your problem, huh?
Yeah,
You don't
is
want your dick
Is
sucked?
your wife not a dick sucker?
You look at her suck your dick, you're mad at her now?
Look at me. Tell me right now. Is your wife a cocksucker or
You
not?
dumb fuck. Like, just, I don't know, sex negativity is weird.
Yeah, sex nativity is bad.
Sex nativity, that's when they mentioned his foreskin.
That's what happened before he was born.
Actually, no, there was no sex.
I love that boomer joke. Jesus Christ, dog.
Moira, what are you doing?
I love that boomer joke when they're like, man, Joseph must have been a trusting man for his wife to just show up pregnant. I think that's hilarious.
I saw a beautiful Renaissance painting of the Madonna and child and husband, and Joseph just has a shirt that says, "I'm not a stepdad. I'm the dad that stepped up."
That's so funny. I love those shirts. I talk about those shirts all the time.
Stepdads, they have no place in our society. I think that's why they're like that.
My boss at work is a stepdad, and I tell him every once in a while that he is the dad that stepped up, and I think that's so funny.
Oh yeah.
He hates it.
He
hates
doesn't
so
like it?
much. No, he
Aw.
cringes.
If I was a
physically.
stepdad, I'd love that, man. I'd be
So
all in.
you're familiar with the Watergate scandal of 1974?
Oh my God, I remember this. He's the
So to break down the Watergate scandal for anyone who doesn't know,
He edited it out because I said the most fucking inane shit, the most vile slur combination.
yeah, you just said terrible things.
it was horrendous. He was.
You said the F, C, and G word all in one.
Don't forget about the H word.
Oh my God, whore.
You can't say it.
Oh, you're right. Anyways, there was a scandal in which 5 men were found breaking into and bugging the Democratic National Committee headquarters.
By the order of Nixon himself, correct?
And it was later found that Nixon was the man who instructed them to do that. And there were a couple of reporters.
Nixon, Prince, and Dr. Doom.
Yeah, those 3 guys. A couple of reporters chased down the story, and they found a man who would give them secret intel in a dark parking garage in the middle of the night.
Can I say his name?
Yes.
Can I say the spy's name?
What did he tell him his name was when they asked?
Deep Throat.
Deep Throat. Deep Throat's identity was unknown for a very long time. By the time they found it out, the guy who actually was Deep Throat had Alzheimer's and forgot he was Deep Throat.
That's fascinating.
That is a true fact.
Wait, how do they know then? It's just like, it can't be
His
anybody
family
else.
came out and said it, and then the reporters were like, "Oh yeah, that's the guy." But nonetheless, there were lots of conspiracy theories as to who Deep Throat might be,
Yeah,
and a
who
lot of them were
exactly this
CIA
guy was,
people
yeah.
and shit like that. But there were bad, not very well backed up theories that Ben Stein
He does
was
have a
Deep
deep
Throat.
voice.
He is that why I thought it was Deep Throat because of secrets.
I mean, it probably was, but I think that's probably the origin of that specific conspiracy theory.
What is a deep voice?
I don't know.
Do I have a deep voice?
Do I have a deep voice? I don't know.
I think you have a deep voice, but I think it's the way you talk.
I think it's circumstantial.
Because I
If
have...
I'm doing the hilarious Elvis impression where he needs the bacon bits, I have a deep voice.
That's a deep voice.
Sometimes I pick up the phone, I have a deep voice.
Ben Stein has a deep voice, but he talks with his nose.
That's true.
So
He has
it's
a
like...
nasally deep voice.
So is it like... Is it deep? You know? Like, where does the deep come?
What
Does
about
it have
his throat? Is his throat deep?
to... Is this interesting conversation?
I think it is. I mean,
I've always wondered
wondered
that...
theories. We're talking about fucking the nigga from Ferris Bueller. Not fucking him, but talking about him.
Or fucking him, whatever you want to do.
I wouldn't
Just
fuck him.
make sure he doesn't come in you because he'll kill you if you get an abortion.
Yeah, that's true. Fuck.
The reason I ask this is I have an uncle who is gay, and as a kid I was a little less sensitive to that than I am now. And the
How
man,
many slurs did you call him?
none. Don't make me act like I'm thinking about this. The answer is none. I promise. And
He pulled out a document when he said that.
one time my grandpa was on the phone with him, and my grandpa just goes, "Do you want to talk to him?" He thought I knew who he was talking to. I didn't. And I get it, and I answer the phone like, "Hello, who is this?" And he goes, "It's me." And I go, "Oh, hey, Uncle Will." And he goes, "How'd you know it was me?" And I was like, "Well, you have a high voice." But he doesn't have a high voice. He sounds about like me,
Oh yeah.
but it's a little flamboyant.
There's something going on there.
There's an
Voices are
intonation.
so complicated. I
Yeah,
don't
there's so
understand
much
them.
to it. There's an
I never really
intonation
thought
that
about
makes
before,
it.
But I don't know what the fuck a deep voice even is.
Yeah, it's not. It was not high, but there was an intonation that gave it like it was like sparkly in like the same way like an instrument is sparkly. I promise I'm not.
I don't know what an instrument being sparkly
Like a sparkly sound is like hi hats and shit like that. You know, it's like the very just kind of like
stuff that registers high.
Yeah, but isn't necessarily high. You know, it's just on the high end of the audio spectrum. And so like,
is that what we're detecting? You think?
I don't know. Like, I don't know what I get, but I feel like a man with a deep voice who talks like Squidward has a deep voice. You put that shit on like an octave guy, but he talks like that.
Fucking Mr. Krabs has a deep voice.
Yeah, but it's like gravelly.
Patrick has a deep voice.
And Patrick is the only one I would call deep.
Really?
Because he doesn't have something else going on that makes me think like there's something more. The depth is not the defining characteristic of this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Talking about it voice acting is actually really helping me because it's like voices that are deliberately designed to be distinct from each other. Mr. Krabs' primary voice trait is that it's like weird and craggy, kind of rough sounding.
Craggy?
Yeah, craggy.
Spell that.
Kragggy.
The Craggy Patty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be funnier if I didn't laugh on this damn podcast.
If neither of us laughed, this podcast would be hilarious.
Yeah.
We're not good at that though. I was trying so hard not to laugh. I was doing it a bit earlier. I don't even remember what it was, and I know the microphone picked up a couple of my little snickers.
You can't say that.
I was about to say, can I say Snickers?
You cannot say that.
You know what word you should not be able to say?
What?
Snigger.
Sniggering?
Yeah, that is
love
so
sniggering.
fucked up.
I'm always sniggering, man.
That is such a fucked up word.
It's deeply fucked up.
When I read it,
you know what I feel fucked up about?
What?
Fire retardant.
Yeah, that joke was
part of it got turned into a slur, and it's like same thing with snigger. Right? That's nigger with an S.
Yeah, you can't say that. The fire retardant thing is there's an episode of iCarly where iCarly's house burns down or whatever.
Yeah.
Because they made her a jelly bean gummy bear lamp,
and it burns her house
and,
down. I saw the Quinton review.
Yeah, and fucking Spencer's like, "It's okay, I made you another one," and she's like, "Is it gonna burn the house down?" He goes, "No, these gummy bears are flame retardant," and I know why they put
it's
that
a joke
in.
They're joke. Like there's many instances where the idea of something being retardant in any way, shape, or form is the joke, is the bit, right? And it's explicitly because I can get that because part of this is slur. It's funny, you know.
I can't hear my cheeses.
Oh, it's okay. Basically, I was saying that the reason Noah likes saying slurs off of the podcast and not on the podcast is because he reminds him of his personal hero, Dan Schneider.
Yeah, my best friend.
Dan Schneider comes up a lot at work.
Really?
I don't know.
How old are your coworkers? I'm picturing them all 80 years old.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why is that?
When I hear
my coworkers are like a little older.
I don't clock
I'm
how
the
old I
youngest
am
there,
sometimes because I'm old enough to drink and vote.
So it doesn't really matter how old you are anymore until you're dead.
But it doesn't feel like I am as old as like people my age who like we are Billie Eilish's age.
Yeah.
That's weird to me.
No, she registers as my same age.
Okay. I guess people who like do things more than I do.
She didn't used to. Like
Yeah.
when I was in high school, she registered as someone who was younger than me.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
I can see that.
Probably because freshmen
like a
liked her.
teen,
I didn't
you
like
know.
her.
Yeah,
She was still being marketed as a child.
Mhm.
Also, that's true. God, child marketing is fun, isn't it?
it's so fucked up.
Love it.
I just don't register myself as old as like people in the workforce, and
Mhm.
I've been old enough to have a job for 5 years.
For quite a while, yeah.
But it's like when I hear that people work a job, no matter what job, and I work a job, I go clock in 40-hour 1 week.
Yeah.
I
You
still
make $2 million a year.
2.5. And anyways, when I hear that people work,
Hold
that
on.
they have
you
a job,
always fucking do this.
what?
Like, we're on the podcast. Can we not do this right now? Like, I don't want to. I just don't. Like, never mind.
No. Talk
No,
to me.
I don't-
I want to fucking hear it.
I don't want to talk about it right
It
now.
seems like you got a
I want to
fucking
talk about it
bowling
later.
pin.
I want to talk
Yeah.
about it later.
And we're gonna talk about it now, right here and now.
Okay, fucking fine. You're a bitch about how much money you make. You're a bitch about your hat that you've been wearing the whole episode of the podcast. I haven't mentioned it yet. You're a bitch about your Kralois. You're a bitch about your bubblies.
Tell me about that.
You send this dog in here to go.
So, did you
whatever
just
she
say?
said.
What'd you just say?
It sounded like I said queer.
It did sound like you said queer. Why does it bother you when I talk about how much money I make?
Well, it's not. I don't care how much money you make. It's that you're a real dickhead about it, man.
Okay.
One of my favorite quotes I learned from my grandma. She's not really my grandma, but she's an old lady in my life.
Mm-hmm. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, like
You're shut the fuck up and just keep going.
I've known her since I was like a baby.
You know what I mean? I've known fucking old people since I was born. Doesn't make them my fucking grandpa.
You've been fucking old people since you were born.
No, I've known fucking old people. Okay, I've known what it's
I
like.
eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
Keep
You
fu-
eat pieces of shit for
That's
breakfast.
such a good joke.
That's
Hilarious
the best joke
joke.
of all time.
Was that from Back to the Future?
Adam Sandler never had a better joke. That's from Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
Is that the golf one?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's the one where there's two girls. One of them's the mom.
You're thinking of Big Daddy.
Big Daddy's a good movie.
I haven't seen it.
Big Daddy's the most racist movie you'll ever
This
see.
dog is fucking whining.
This dog
So
is
listen,
doing this.
I'm telling you that I make $2.5 million a year.
Yeah, and you're being a dick about it.
How am I being a dick about it? It's just the amount of fucking money I make.
Who gives a flying fuck, dude? It doesn't matter. Like if you're just like, there's no reason to bring it up as much as you do. First of all, or to, when I say 2 million and you correct me to 2.5.
Well, it's a fucking
fuck is
important
wrong with you?
distinction. It's an important distinction.
If someone said I was 5'10" instead of 5'11", I wouldn't fucking correct him. It doesn't matter.
Well, that's a fucking you thing, man. If someone
This is
called
a
me
fucking you thing.
5'10",
I'm
I'd
talking about
fucking
you
shoot
right
them in
now,
the face.
bitch.
Let's talk about me. Let's talk about
Bitch.
me. Bitch.
Bitch.
And don't forget,
It's
a doggy dog world.
I'm actually also going to start.
I am recording. Are you recording?
I'm recording. Jesus fucking Christ! You already peaked my damn levels moving your
I
fucking
peaked your levels?
big ass, bitch ass, big ass, chair ass,
You literally don't know what the fuck you're talking about anytime.
big ass,
ever.
big ass. People love it. White people love it when black people say big ass. You ever seen you piece of shit?
Hey, you know what we didn't do last time?
What did
We didn't clap, and it took me 2 hours to sync our audio.
I didn't. I thought you said that the thing that you stole gives us easier to sync audio, but we can clap right now.
Well, the thing is that the hand sounds from having touched our mics when we held our mics instead of putting them on a
hard
stand,
to see.
it did not sync. It did not sync properly.
Damn, I didn't know you had so much trouble syncing the last
It
one. I'm
was
sorry
such a
about
bitch.
this.
No, it's okay. It's part of my job. My levels
It's
are not
really
very
not
good.
part of your job. You don't get paid for this at all.
But I like to do it.
That's true.
My levels are not very good. I'm gonna go up a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up to 85 because I'm further from my mic than I was last time.
Oh god damn it! I forgot to plug in my fucking microphone.
Oh my god. Plug in your mic. We're not recording any of this.
I want to see if it'll switch.
Switch to what?
It sure didn't.
It sure didn't switch. You gotta set it manually.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now it switched. Now that I stopped recording,
Okay.
so it did automatically switch.
Are you recording now?